Hello everyone, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to add a grading system and notification. Before we start working on our grade notification, we need a way to calculate that grade. The grade will be the sum of coins plus yards, or the amount of time you lasted in a run. We're going to create a scene that counts and displays the total yards, as well as how many bombs you are currently holding. Create a new canvas layer scene and call it Game UI. Save it in Scenes, UI. Add a control node to the scene. For the control settings, set the anchor preset to top wide. Under mouse, set the filter to ignore. Let's add a label to the control node. First, add our custom theme. Then, duplicate the label. For the first label, set the anchor preset to top wide. For the layout transform settings, under size, set Y to 23. For scale, set X and Y to 0.5. Rename the first one to Yards Label. Let's rename the second one to Bomb Label. Set the anchor preset to top right. For the layout transform settings, set the X position to 164. And let's set the X and Y scale to 0.5. Add a timer to the Game UI node. Rename it to Score Timer. And set Auto Start to True. Add a sprite to the scene and rename it to Bombs. Then grab the bomb sprite from the Assets folder and drag it into the texture field. Let's set centered to false. Let's set the H frames to 5. And we're going to set the X position to 148. Let's add some placeholder text so we know what it will look like when it's done. Let's add a script to the scene. Save it under Scripts, UI. Let's create a couple onReady vars for our labels and a var for keeping track of yards. At onReady var, yards label equals control yards label. At onReady var, bombs label equals control bombs label. Var yards equals 0. If the player is not dead, we will use the labels to report the current yard and bomb count. We will have to use the string function to convert the numbers to strings. In the process function, let's type if not global.playerDead yardslabel.text equals string yards. Bombslabel.text equals string global.bombs. Lastly, let's connect the timeout signal for our score timer. Again, we check if the player is alive, and if so, we will count 1 yard per second. Let's type if not global.playerDead yards plus equals 1. Let's open up our notification scene and add a label to the control node. Rename the label to Grade Label. For the label settings, set the anchor preset to Center Top. Set horizontal alignment to Center. For the custom theme, add the ssb.tress theme to the label. Under Theme Overrides, under Font Sizes, set the font size to 8 pixels. Under Styles, Normal, select the style box flat, set the background color to EEF8FE. Let's add some placeholder text so we can see where the label will appear. Type, "This is a test," or whatever. Let's set the Y position to 48. Okay, we can remove the placeholder text. Let's set visible to false for the grade label as well. Now that we have a label for our grade, we will simply add the results of the grade to our label in the form of a string. Let's open up our skier scene. First, we'll instantiate the game UI into the skier scene. To update the label with the grade, first we need to access our grade label's children. Right-click on the game UI and set Editable Children to True. Let's add an onReadyVar at the top of our skier script. At onReadyVar grade label equals notification control grade label. We're going to write a few functions to handle the grading, then return that info to the grade label after the player strikes out. Let's start with the simple function that will calculate the grade. The grade will be based on the total number of yards plus the collected coins amount. Let's type func calculate grade, pass it in parameter yards as well as coins. Var grade calc equals yards plus coins. Return grade calc. We will need to declare some variables for the next couple functions. Let's add these at the top of the script. Var total coins equals 0. Var coins collected equals 0. Var grade equals empty string. Next, let's create a function that will take the calculated grade number and apply a grade based on that number. Let's type func give grade, pass in a parameter grade calc. If grade calc is greater than or equal to 200, grade equals A. Elif grade calc is greater than or equal to 180, grade equals B. Elif grade calc is greater than or equal to 160, grade equals C. Elif grade calc is greater than or equal to 120, grade equals D, else grade equals F. Now we need a function that will take the final grade and display it on the grade label, as well as the total number of yards and coins collected. Let's type func grading notification. Let's first get access to the yards and coins. Total yards equals gameui.yards. Coins collected equals global.coins. We will calculate the final grade. Var final grade calc equals calculate grade, pass in total yards and coins collected. Var grade received equals give grade, pass in final grade calc. Now we can create a string that will display all the grading info. Var grade string equals total yards plus string total yards plus escape character \n coins collected plus string coins collected plus escape character \n grade plus string grade received. And now we update our grade label with the grade string. Grade label.visible equals true. Grade label.text equals grade string. Last thing we need to do is call the grading notification function in the handlePlayerDeath function. We'll call it right after our death notification. Let's test out the scene. Looks like our grade came back as null. Let's see what that's about. When we scroll down to the giveGrade function, I see the issue. We didn't return the grade. Add this as the last line in giveGrade. Return grade. Now let's test again. And this time we got an F. It's working. Let's add the coins and obstacles back to the scene and test one more time. We will eventually optimize the gameplay, but it looks like the grade label is working fine for now. We now have a scoring system that will add some more challenge. In the following video, we will add sounds to the game.